Hi guys and welcome. For those that do not know me, I am Tabitha, psychic, medium, healer, and starseed. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about our Draconian slash reptilian starseeds. Hi guys, thanks for joining the live. I really appreciate it. So before I get into these beings, I'm also going to talk a little bit about their star system. So let's just jump right into it. So first I'm going to just pull up a picture here. So we're actually talking about the Draco constellation when we're talking about where these beings originated from. So this is a very controversial beings, I would say, in the universe. So let's talk a little bit about their constellation and where they originated before we get into them and all about them. So this is the Draco constellation here. This is part of the North Sky. So it is actually located near Lyra, the Boots constellation. There's a whole bunch of other things that are near this system, okay? So this was actually founded in the 2nd century by astronomer Potimer, I believe is how you say it. And it still remains till this day part of our 88 modern constellations. So it was actually considered, the Draco was considered a guiding light slash star for the North Pole for quite a few, I think it was from the 4th to 2nd millennium. So in Egyptian mythology, they actually referred to this constellation as, they labeled it as like crocodile, hippopotamus, and this was representing gods and goddesses that could turn into different animal life forms. In Greek and Roman legends, this is where the dragons and the serpents originate from. And this is also the the battle of Zeus and his father. So that's just a little bit about the constellation itself. They actually say that the Draconian race originated from another system and that they did come through a portal, actually the Lyran portal. So let's talk a little bit about why these beings are kind of controversial. So first of all, the name Draconian, it means excessively harsh, severe, or strict. And this is a good word to describe these beings. So they actually vibrate from low to high dimensions. So first of all, I'm going to pull up a picture of the Draconian race so that you can see, because not all Draconians were actually like bad beings. They created things like every being or every race, every star race. There's can be beings that have free will and choose to do whatever they wish with their gifts and abilities. So this is kind of where the Draconians originated from. But they show up more often in their reptile human form. So when I'm talking about the reptilians, this is more what they look like, and they actually come from a reptile themselves, okay? Their eyes are extremely important, and I'll get into why. So they vibrate from high to low dimensions. So this means that they can be from the 3rd to the 12th dimension. The 3rd dimension is a very low frequency. A lot of beings, so let's just say the avian race, for example, it would be very challenging for them to survive in a 3D dimension. It's very dense. And if you actually think about it, our planet Earth is I believe the 3rd planet from the sun. So there is like this if you want to get to higher frequencies, like your body has to change into crystal and stuff like that. So it's actually super impressive that these beings can show up on so many dimensions, which also kind of makes them a little bit dangerous or a threat. Their mentality of the Draconians, Reptilians, and The Greys I won't cover as much, but they are part of their group. They are like kind of an offspring, if you will, or a creation of them. But their mentality is, I come, I saw, I conquered. So very Roman Empire too, they like to always point out. These beings will get the job done at all cost, okay? The careers that would most attract them are like military, power, government, authority. They really like fame. They like control, wealth, money, power, glory. So they also really prefer like social rankings, hierarchies, structure, because this allows them to hold the power. Now let's talk a little bit more about their gifts and abilities, okay? So they are incredible shapeshifters. So shapeshifters, this means that they can transform themselves from one physical vehicle to another. So that's alarming that they can just jump through like that. So a medium would probably really have to protect themselves from a being like this, because they will just inhabit someone's body, or like someone's shell, meat suit, however you want to put it. They also, because of this ability, they're able, like, so they have superhuman abilities. They can cause divine interventions if they want through manipulation, spells, and sorcery. But they also have the ability to multiply themselves. And this goes back to them being able to transform, okay? They're a very old DNA strand. And like I said, they possibly, like, they come from another system, but their abilities, another one they have that is extremely powerful is their eyes. So their eyes are extremely intense, and they actually have the ability to change their eyes right in front of an audience without them knowing. And they can create this magnetizing, almost hypnotic. And this is when sometimes they will use their power and control. This is almost like, not subliminal messaging, but that's a little bit like kind of how they show it to me. Their pupils also change like different shapes. And a lot of people will report being able to see the reptilian eyes. That's kind of what gives a reptile away, because they are really, really good at disguising themselves, disguise, transformation. They always like to tell me this little story. Maybe this is how they got through the portal of Lara to begin with, but they show me like this like little being, or like, let's just even say it's a little girl, and there's like a barrier, but you can see beyond this barrier. It just looks like glass, and it's to another world. And you know, in her world, they say don't touch that glass, don't go beyond that barrier, don't interact with that world. But this girl passes it all the time. She's lonely. One day she sees a rabbit just on the other side of this glass. She becomes friends with this rabbit. This rabbit says that they have friends and that they can help this little girl. So this little girl ushers in these rabbits. Well, these rabbits multiply at a mass rate. They take over, and it's not long before they conquer and destruct. And this little girl is like, you know, how did you guys deceive me? Like, how did you do this? And in the end, they just kind of laugh. Like, that's just their mentality, right? They just come to conquer, really. So anyways, a little bit more about these beings, or if you're a starseed from this family, they are courageous. They tend to be like more physical beings. They even like that. They like confidence. They like muscles. They find all of that like power attractive. They might actually physically have colder skin. They might get dry skin a lot since they are part reptile. So their skin will get flaky like a reptile. They also tend to have like thin lips. They can have smaller teeth. Some people even report that they look kind of like little daggers, right? Very reptilian looking. So the Draconians and the Reptilians, they then created the Greys. And the grays are what everyone, like, typically when we think of aliens, like, this is what everyone's talking about. These are actually just artificial intelligence created by the Draconian race, just to gather information. So those are the ones that did a lot of the probing that people reported, the, like, unpleasant probing during alien abductions. But truth is, there's actually several types of extraterrestrial beings out there. This is just a small family that has multiplied themselves in many different ways. So these beings, the Draconians and the Reptilians, they really, really love the Orion system. They love Earth because they really enjoy polarity. So here we have like good and bad. We have masculine, feminine energy. In other places, they don't experience this, okay? In other systems like the Pleiades, in other systems like Arcturus, Sirius, they all come from a place of like peace and unity. So no one like keeps score. There's like not even sometimes like a masculine and feminine. It's more just because it's like an energy that they feel. So it's a very different system. This is also why extraterrestrials like to come to Earth as well. Orion is to the extreme, like literally beings like battle there. And it's a much quicker paced place. So like sometimes the Pleiades will go there to play sports or to quickly learn a lesson or what have you, because that's really what it's about, these extremes. And the Reptilians really like that. They do really well in that. So these beings, a lot of them are here right now to work out their karma during this grand experiment that we are a part of right now or experiencing. So although these beings come off as being kind of cold and no soul, it's because a lot of people feel that they don't care about what others feel or think. And this is just because they have a huge reliance on self, okay? They really do love power, glory, fame. They want to be number one. This is what attracts them. Control, manipulation. They thrive on it. But they are extremely intelligent beings. They learn really quickly. They might be really into like astrology. They are usually very successful, very analytical. They are very smart and they have a lot of abilities, these beings. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. That's just a little bit about Draconians, Reptilians, and the Greys. Like I said, I'll probably do a whole separate segment on the Greys just because there's a lot of confusion there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out my channel. Bye.